Hello, my beautiful Virgo friend. How are you doing? I'm excited to have you here for your detailed tarot reading, relevant for the second half of April 2025. I've cleansed the energy here and meditated on your cards, tuning into the frequencies that align with your Virgo spirit. Let's begin by discovering the affirmation that calls to you most powerfully in this time. I am creative and innovative. This phrase chose you, so whisper it softly or declare it boldly with me, allowing its calming essence to fill your being. I am creative and innovative. I am creative and innovative. Now let's get into your reading by drawing the three main tarot cards guiding these 2 weeks. We have Knight of Cups, the Emperor, and the Tower. Alongside these, we have the Oracle card, Frog, from the Spirit Animal Wisdom deck, while your Tea Leaf Fortune card is Firecracker. Let's start with the Knight of Cups. This card is all about the heartfelt, emotional currents in your life. For you as a Virgo, who tends to lean toward careful analysis and practicality, this card invites you to lean into your feelings and allow a bit of spontaneity and creative expression. The Knight of Cups is like that friend who shows up unexpectedly with an invitation to do something fun. Maybe an impromptu drive to see the sunset, or a creative project that makes your heart flutter. It's a reminder that even though you're often so in tune with details and organization, there's a whole world of emotion and creativity that you might be keeping safely tucked away. Have you ever felt a sudden urge to write down your dreams or to get lost in a piece of art? Think about times when your heart guided you in making a decision rather than your head. Maybe you noticed a new hobby or a creative project sparking interest. This card is nudging you to follow that spark, even if it feels a bit risky. It might be a chance to connect more deeply with someone special, or perhaps it's a call to invest more in your own inner world. Then we have the Emperor. This card brings a stabilizing, structured energy into the mix. It's like the steady hand on the wheel, guiding you through the sometimes stormy seas of life. As a Virgo, you naturally appreciate order and routine, and the Emperor reinforces that you have the power to create a solid foundation for yourself. It could be a time when you're called to lead or take charge in a situation that has been a bit out of control. Imagine being at work and suddenly having an opportunity to organize a project that has been a bit chaotic, or perhaps at home, where you step up to sort out some long-standing issues. The Emperor tells you that you've got what it takes to bring order and stability, and his energy is here to remind you that sometimes being a little bit firm and setting clear boundaries is exactly what you need. How do you feel about taking a stand or putting your plans into action? Is there an area in your life where you've been holding back, waiting for the right moment to assert yourself? Reflect on those moments. This card is urging you to be the leader of your own story. Now, let's talk about the Tower. I know this card can be a bit intimidating because it often signals sudden change or upheaval, but listen closely. The Tower isn't here just to shake things up without purpose. It's here to clear out the old and make way for something more authentic. Picture a building that's been standing for a long time, creaking under the weight of outdated ideas, suddenly being struck by lightning. In its destruction lies the potential for renewal. For you, this could mean a situation that's been deeply ingrained in your life, maybe an old belief or a relationship dynamic, suddenly shifts. Even though it might feel unsettling at first, the energy of the Tower is about liberation. It challenges you to let go of what no longer serves you and to rebuild with a fresh perspective. Have you experienced moments when something unexpected forced you to reassess your life? When a sudden change made you question if you were really living true to who you are? These questions can guide you in understanding where you might need to tear down an old structure in your life so that you can rebuild something that aligns better with your true self. Feeling a connection with this reading? Please help me with a like and subscribe to the channel. Now let's blend in the Oracle card, Frog, with its beautiful reminder that it's time to step into your power. The description of the frog tells us that you're being invited to awaken your creative energies and to let go of any emotional baggage that might be weighing you down. Think of a time when you were feeling stuck, like you were wading through a swamp of old memories and unhelpful habits. The frog shows you that it's possible to navigate between different parts of your life, your spiritual, emotional, and physical worlds with grace. As a Virgo, you're known for your analytical mind and your desire for order, but sometimes that same mind can hold you back from experiencing the full flow of life's creative and intuitive energy. The frog is here to tell you that it's safe to get messy sometimes, to jump into the water of transformation and come out refreshed. Ask yourself, are there areas in your life where you've been holding back, too afraid to jump in because of fear of the unknown? This card gently encourages you to trust that you have the inner strength to navigate changes, cleansing away old patterns and stepping boldly into a new chapter. And then there's the tea leaf card, Firecracker. This card explodes onto the scene with a burst of excitement and vibrant energy. It's as if life itself is throwing a mini celebration just for you. The description is simple and joyful. Think of a firecracker lighting up the sky, showering everything around it with brilliant colors. It's a reminder that amid any serious transformations or challenges, there's room for joy, spontaneity, and fun. For a Virgo who might sometimes feel weighed down by responsibilities or caught up in routines, the firecracker is a wake-up call to inject a little excitement into your life. It asks you to consider, when was the last time you did something just for the thrill of it, without worrying about all the details? Maybe it's planning a last-minute outing with friends, or trying out a new hobby that makes your heart race a little faster. The firecracker's energy is here to remind you that life is meant to be lived with passion and excitement, and that even the most structured routines can benefit from a burst of unpredictability. Now, when I bring all these cards together, the emotional Knight of Cups, the stabilizing Emperor, the transformative Tower, the empowering Frog, and the exhilarating Firecracker, they paint a picture of a truly dynamic and multifaceted second half of April for you. There's a beautiful balance here between the soft, creative push of the Knight and the need to stand firm like the Emperor, even if it means experiencing the sudden shifts of the Tower. It's as if the universe is saying that you're on the brink of a powerful transformation where every part of you is being called upon. You might feel pulled in different directions, sometimes driven by emotion, sometimes by a need for order, and sometimes by an unexpected upheaval. But remember, each of these energies is there to help you step into a more authentic version of yourself. Imagine a scenario where you've been working hard, perhaps at a job or in your personal life, and you suddenly feel a stirring in your heart. The Knight of Cups might show up as a call to reconnect with your creative side. Maybe you pick up a paintbrush or decide to write a poem. At the same time, the Emperor's influence encourages you to bring structure to this new burst of creativity, setting aside time each day to nurture this part of you. But then, just when you think everything is falling into place, the Tower makes its presence known. Perhaps an unexpected event shakes up your routine. Maybe a sudden change in plans, or a revelation about something that's been hidden beneath the surface. It might feel like your comfortable world is crumbling, but deep down you know that this chaos is paving the way for something better. And here's where the Frog and the Firecracker come in as your guiding lights. The Frog is whispering in your ear, "Don't be afraid to jump into this change. Embrace it, let it wash over you, and use it to cleanse away what's been holding you back." It's a call to trust in your inner strength, and to let your creative energy flow freely, even when the world around you seems unpredictable. Then, almost as if on cue, the Firecracker bursts forth, with a promise of excitement and new beginnings. It's like the universe is throwing a little party in your honor, reminding you that life is full of moments that spark joy and wonder, even in the midst of transformation. As you navigate these energies, consider some real-life questions to help you connect with the message of the cards. Have you been putting your creative passions on the back burner in favor of staying in your comfort zone? Is there an area in your life where you feel the need to take charge and set some boundaries, like in your work or relationships? And when sudden changes pop up, whether it's an unexpected opportunity or a challenge you didn't see coming, how do you usually react? Are you able to see these moments as a chance to rebuild and grow, even if it feels like everything is falling apart at first? Reflect on times when you've experienced a burst of inspiration that led you to make bold decisions. Maybe it was a spontaneous road trip that changed your perspective, or a sudden realization that led you to make a major life change. These experiences, as wild and unpredictable as they may have been, often bring clarity and a sense of purpose. They show you that even when the ground seems to shift beneath your feet, you have the resilience and inner wisdom to adapt and thrive. For you, my Virgo friend, the message is clear. Embrace the emotional tides, stand firm in your beliefs, allow the old to fall away, and get ready for an explosion of creative energy and excitement. Take a moment to think about how these energies might be playing out in your daily routine. Are you ready to let go of outdated habits that no longer serve you? Can you welcome the unexpected changes as opportunities for renewal? And when you feel that sudden burst of excitement, that little spark that makes your heart race, will you allow it to propel you into new experiences? These are gentle questions that I invite you to ponder as you move into the latter part of April. The cards aren't here to dictate your path, but to offer guidance and inspire you to consider all the possibilities that life holds. For instance, the combination of the Knight of Cups and the Emperor might show up when you're considering a creative project at work. Perhaps you've been thinking about proposing a new idea, one that blends your natural analytical skills with a dose of creative innovation. This is your chance to step into a leadership role that feels both inspired and well-grounded. Ask yourself, is there a project or idea you've been hesitant to share because you're worried it might be too out there? This is a signal to trust your intuition and take that leap of faith. Then consider the interplay between the Tower and the Frog. Sometimes, unexpected shifts force us to face uncomfortable truths. It might be a sudden change in a relationship or an unforeseen challenge at home. The Tower may disrupt your usual routine, shaking up what you thought was solid, and that can feel scary. But the Frog is here to remind you that this disruption is also a cleansing process. Think about a time when a sudden change eventually led you to feel lighter, as if a weight had been lifted. How did it feel to let go of what no longer served you? Embrace that memory as a sign that you're more capable of transformation than you might believe. Finally, the Firecracker wraps everything up with its burst of exhilarating energy. This card is like a pep talk from the universe, telling you that even in the midst of change and uncertainty, life has amazing surprises waiting for you. It's an invitation to celebrate each small victory and to let joy be your guide. Perhaps you've been playing it safe for too long, always planning and overthinking every step. The Firecracker dares you to let loose a little, to try something spontaneous, even if it's just dancing around your living room when no one is watching. Ask yourself, when was the last time you did something purely for the thrill of it? This energy is all about rediscovering that spark and allowing it to lead you into new adventures. In summary, the second half of April for you as a Virgo is set to be a journey of balancing the heart and the mind, embracing both stability and transformation, and ultimately stepping into a vibrant, empowered version of yourself. The Knight of Cups brings a soft, loving energy that encourages you to open your heart. The Emperor grounds you with structure and leadership, reminding you of your own inner strength. The Tower shakes things up, clearing away the old to make space for the new, and while it may bring moments of upheaval, it's ultimately paving the way for true transformation. The Frog calls you to dive into this change with courage, purging old habits and emotional weights, while the Firecracker lights up your life with unexpected joy and excitement, urging you to celebrate every moment. As you move forward, I invite you to really think about how these cards might mirror your own experiences. Is there an area of your life where you've been holding back your true feelings? Perhaps worried about disrupting your carefully built routine? Could there be a moment coming up where an unexpected change forces you to confront an old belief or habit that no longer fits who you are? And when that spark of excitement finally appears, that brilliant burst of color in your otherwise orderly world, will you be ready to embrace it fully? These are the kinds of reflections that can help you navigate the weeks ahead with grace and resilience. Remember, my dear Virgo, that every card and every moment is an opportunity for growth. Even if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by the changes that might come, trust that you have the tools within you, both the emotional wisdom of the Knight of Cups and the practical strength of the Emperor, to handle whatever life throws your way. The Tower may shake you up, but it's clearing out space for a fresh start, and the Frog reminds you that this process is a natural part of stepping into your power. And of course, the Firecracker is there to remind you that even amid the chaos, there's always room for joy, laughter, and a little bit of sparkle. So as you enter the second half of April, keep your heart open, your mind clear, and your spirit ready for the unexpected. Let these cards be a guide, a gentle reminder that you are capable of handling both the tender moments and the sudden shifts. Embrace the excitement, ask yourself the tough questions, and don't be afraid to take charge of your own narrative. You're on the brink of something truly beautiful, and I'm honored to share this moment of insight with you. Imagine waking up to unexpected money flowing into your life. That's the power of the money wave. Don't wait, start manifesting wealth today by clicking the link in the description. Next up, we have the key theme of love and relationships. Your true love oracle card is the Silver Waterfall, and the tarot card is Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles shows up as a sign of holding on tightly, maybe to your emotions, your possessions, or even your fears about losing something dear. When it comes to love and relationships, this card can mean that you might be clinging too closely to what you know, perhaps guarding your heart or setting up walls to protect yourself. You might have built up a routine or a comfortable space that feels safe but could also be preventing a deeper, more authentic connection. Think of it like having a favorite sweater that's been your go-to for comfort. It's familiar, but sometimes you need to step out and try on something new to feel truly alive. Reflect on times when you've held back from fully opening up to someone, asking yourself if the comfort of what's familiar might be stopping you from experiencing true vulnerability and growth. Now the Silver Waterfall invites you to shake off that need for tight control. According to its message, the way to stay balanced, healthy, and happy in the midst of external negativity isn't by building impenetrable walls, but by raising your own vibration. This card tells you that instead of guarding yourself too fiercely, the best way to maintain a loving connection is to cleanse your energy daily. Imagine ending your day by letting go of any heaviness, almost like washing away the dust from a long journey. Picture yourself in a calming ritual, maybe a quiet walk in nature, a soothing cup of herbal tea, or even playing your favorite uplifting music, as if you're letting the refreshing cascade of a waterfall carry away any burdens. This process isn't about protecting yourself from the world. It's about releasing what no longer serves you, leaving room for love that's more open and genuine. When you combine these cards with the energies from our general reading, you see a fascinating interplay. The general reading speaks of an emotional awakening with the Knight of Cups, a call to structure and leadership with the Emperor, and even an inevitable shakeup with the Tower. The Frog encouraged you to jump into transformation, and the Firecracker reminded you to embrace life's bursts of joy. In the realm of love and relationships, the Four of Pentacles might be urging you to reconsider if you're holding on too tightly out of fear, especially when you're already being nudged to let go and rebuild. It might be that you're subconsciously trying to keep your emotional energy under lock and key, while the general energy around you is all about renewal and stepping into a new version of yourself. Imagine a situation where you've been in a long-term relationship, or even navigating new romantic interests. You might feel that there's comfort in keeping things predictable, in sticking with what you know, but ask yourself, is this sense of security actually a barrier? The Four of Pentacles suggests that while it's important to protect what matters, you also need to give space for growth. In love, that might mean opening up to vulnerability, sharing deeper parts of yourself with a partner, or even allowing a new love to enter your life without immediately setting up strict boundaries. Have you ever found that by loosening your grip, you allow for a more spontaneous and genuine connection to flourish? Perhaps there was a time when you let your guard down and discovered a refreshing, surprising side of your partner, or even yourself. On the flip side, the Silver Waterfall guides you to raise your own vibration. This isn't just about feeling good, it's about transforming your energy so that you naturally attract positive and nurturing relationships. Think about the times when you felt truly at peace, maybe during a quiet evening at home after a busy day, or when you engaged in activities that fed your soul. In these moments, you were likely more open to connecting with others in a way that was balanced and healthy. The Silver Waterfall's message is to keep that feeling alive and let it radiate outward. Ask yourself, are you giving yourself the time and care you need each day? Perhaps you've been so focused on protecting your heart that you forget to nurture it, missing out on the beautiful, healing connections that come from a well-tended inner life. Together, these cards encourage you to find a balance in love and relationships. The Four of Pentacles may be whispering caution, suggesting that sometimes holding on too tightly can prevent you from experiencing new heights of emotional intimacy. Meanwhile, the Silver Waterfall gently reminds you that by focusing on your own well-being, by cleansing your spirit and lifting your energy, you naturally create an open, inviting space for love. In the context of your overall reading, where transformation and renewal are at the forefront, this is a call to examine whether your current approach in relationships is truly serving you, or if it's time to let go of old habits and welcome in the exciting possibilities that lie ahead. As you ponder these insights, consider how your relationships have evolved over time. Have there been moments when a little risk, a small opening of your guard, led to a deeper, more meaningful connection? Or have you noticed that when you take a few minutes each day to clear your mind and uplift your energy, you feel more open and ready to embrace love? Let these questions guide you as you navigate the second half of April. Trust that as you release what's not needed, you're making space for connections that honor your true self, where love and relationships can flourish with both security and excitement. Keep in mind, dear Virgo, that your path is uniquely yours, and these cards are here to offer gentle guidance. The interplay between holding on and letting go is a dance that invites you to explore new dimensions of intimacy and self-care. Enjoy this process, knowing that every step you take brings you closer to a more fulfilling and balanced love life. Next, let's explore possibilities for your career and education. Your Dreamweaver's Oracle card is If the Fox Can't Find His Tail, and the tarot card is Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands bursts onto the scene with energy, passion, and a daring spirit. In the realm of career, this card is like that spark that tells you it's time to step up and take charge. Maybe you've been thinking about pitching a new idea at work, or even switching gears entirely. In education, it might feel like the universe is nudging you to enroll in that course you've been curious about, or to dive into a new area of study. This night is all about action, adventure, and following your enthusiasm. Ask yourself, have you been waiting too long to act on that burning idea? Or perhaps, are you holding back on that opportunity to push your limits, either at work or in your learning? The energy of the Knight of Wands is bold and unapologetic. It encourages you to pursue your goals with courage and a sense of urgency. Now let's bring in the Oracle card, If the Fox Can't Find His Tail. This card offers a gentle reminder to stay true to your inner voice as you surge ahead. The description tells us that sometimes we chase the wrong things, or look in the wrong direction, especially when we're trying to avoid conflict or fit in with everyone else. In career or education, this might look like compromising your unique style or values just to please a boss, a teacher, or even peers. Have you ever felt that you were chasing trends, or maybe even following a path that didn't quite resonate with your inner truth, just to avoid rocking the boat? This card gently warns against that. It asks you to dig deep into your authentic knowing, to really think about what you value and whether the choices you're making reflect that. Instead of saying yes just to keep the peace, take a moment to ask yourself if your decision is truly yours. This is the time to shine a light on your unique qualities, your core strengths that set you apart, rather than following the crowd. When you combine the energy of the Knight of Wands with the wisdom of the Fox Oracle, a compelling narrative unfolds. On one hand, you're being called to move boldly and confidently in your career or academic pursuits. You might be on the verge of launching a project, or perhaps you're considering a fresh approach to your studies. The Knight's energy is a call to action, inviting you to pursue opportunities with all the passion you have. On the other hand, the Fox reminds you to pause and evaluate whether you're chasing after what truly matters to you, or if you might be getting caught up in a chase that isn't naturally yours. It's like being in a race where you suddenly realize that the finish line you've been running toward isn't where you actually want to be. Picture a scenario where you're at work, full of ideas and ready to make a big move. The Knight of Wands might have you buzzing with excitement to lead a new project or take on a challenging role. But then you might catch yourself wondering, am I pushing this forward because it feels right, deep down, or am I simply following a trend that everyone else seems to be excited about? The Oracle card nudges you to trust your gut and be honest with yourself. It's okay to ask, is this the path that reflects who I am and what I truly want? The same applies in an educational setting. Maybe you're excited about a new course or a degree program, but then you pause to consider if it's really aligned with your personal goals or if it's just another box to tick because it seems like the popular choice. The beauty of these cards together is that they empower you to find a middle ground, a space where your drive and ambition are tempered by self-awareness and authenticity. The Knight of Wands gives you the momentum to charge ahead, while the Oracle card serves as a gentle checkpoint, ensuring that you're not compromising your values along the way. Imagine preparing for a big presentation or exam. The Knight of Wands might energize you to put in that extra push, while the Oracle reminds you to stay true to your own way of learning and communicating. Ask yourself, am I preparing in a way that plays to my strengths, or am I trying to mimic someone else's approach? In the context of the overall energy for the second half of April, where we've seen themes of transformation, renewal, and balancing emotion with structure, these cards speak directly to your professional and academic life. They suggest that now is the perfect time to harness your enthusiasm and creativity. However, while you're charging forward, it's crucial to check in with yourself. Are you staying grounded in your unique truth? Are you ensuring that the decisions you make, whether a new job opportunity or an academic challenge, are truly yours and not just the result of external pressures? Reflect on times when you felt that rush of excitement to pursue something new, only to later realize that it wasn't the right fit for you. These experiences are valuable. They teach you the importance of aligning your actions with your inner values. The Knight of Wands pushes you to make your move, but the Fox reminds you to be selective, to ask for clarity, and to only commit to what resonates with your authentic self. It's a balancing act, much like the overall theme of the second half of April, where every bold step is also an opportunity for introspection. So as you look ahead to your career or educational pursuits, consider this. Are you ready to embrace your ambition with the Knight of Wands, while also taking the time to ensure that you're not chasing the wrong tail? Are you allowing your unique qualities to shine through, rather than getting swept up in trends or external expectations? Let these questions guide you as you navigate new challenges and opportunities, making choices that truly reflect who you are at your core. Enjoy this journey, dear Virgo, and trust that every step you take is a step toward a more empowered and authentic you. And now, let's check out prospects for your personal and spiritual growth this week. Your self-care wisdom oracle card is Surrender, and the tarot card is Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is such a joyful card. It speaks to the sense of celebration that comes when you build something meaningful, a home, a community, or even an inner space of peace that feels safe and inviting. In terms of personal growth, this card suggests that you're entering a phase where you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. Perhaps you've been working hard to create a balanced life or to establish healthy routines, and now is the time to honor that work. Imagine hosting a get-together where everything feels just right, or finally feeling that sense of accomplishment when you see your dreams starting to take shape. The Four of Wands is a nod to stability and the joy that comes when you have a place or state of mind where you truly feel at home. On the spiritual side, the Four of Wands invites you to celebrate your connection with the divine, the universe, or whatever higher power resonates with you. It might mean that you're ready to deepen your meditation practice or to participate in rituals that help you feel connected to a larger cosmic rhythm. It's like finding that sacred spot where your soul feels at peace, a kind of spiritual home base where you can nurture your inner light. Ask yourself, are there practices or rituals that have helped you feel centered in the past? What does your personal sanctuary look like, both physically and emotionally? Then we have the oracle card, Surrender, which comes with a beautifully simple message. Stop trying to control life. It gets in the way of divine intervention. This card is a gentle reminder that sometimes our greatest breakthroughs happen when we let go of the need to direct every single outcome. In your personal growth, surrender might mean releasing the urge to micromanage every aspect of your life. It's about trusting that life has its own flow, and that some things are meant to unfold without our constant interference. Picture a river that flows naturally. When you stop trying to dam it up or force it into a specific path, it finds its way around obstacles, carrying you gently toward new experiences. Spiritually, surrender is about opening yourself to the magic of the unknown. When you let go of control, you create space for divine intervention. It's in those moments of release, when you accept that you can't hold everything in your hands, that you allow the universe to work its wonders. Think of a time when you stopped resisting and simply allowed events to unfold, only to be pleasantly surprised by the outcomes. Have you ever found that by letting go, you received unexpected blessings? This card gently nudges you to consider whether you're holding too tightly to plans or expectations that might be keeping you from the serendipity of life. Now, when we weave the energies of the Four of Wands with the message of surrender, a powerful narrative emerges, especially in the context of the overall energy for the second half of April. Remember, our general reading brought in themes of emotional awakening with the Knight of Cups, the need for structured leadership with the Emperor, and the transformative shakeup of the Tower, all balanced by the rejuvenating energy of the Frog and the joyful burst of the Firecracker. In this rich tapestry, your personal and spiritual growth is about embracing both stability and transformation. The Four of Wands tells you that you have worked hard to create a space where you feel secure. This could be a physical home, a close circle of supportive friends, or even a well-cultivated inner sanctuary. But the Oracle card Surrender gently warns you that clinging too tightly to this safety might block the influx of new, divine energy. It's like having a beautiful, sturdy house, but refusing to open the door to welcome the light and warmth of the sun. It asks you to consider, are there parts of your life where you might be holding on too tightly, afraid to let go of control, even when it's preventing something miraculous from happening? Imagine a scenario in your personal life where you've built routines and structures that keep you grounded, much like the Four of Wands suggests. Maybe you've set up a space for meditation, crafted a daily self-care ritual, or organized your home in a way that makes you feel at peace. Now, introduce the element of surrender. Perhaps there are times when unexpected opportunities or challenges arise that don't fit into your neatly organized plan. The message here is not to abandon your structure, but to allow for flexibility. Letting go a little can invite creative solutions and unexpected joys. Ask yourself, is there an area in your life where you've been so focused on maintaining order that you might be missing out on something truly transformative? This balance is also evident in spiritual growth. The Four of Wands encourages you to celebrate your connection with your higher self and the divine, building a strong base from which you can explore deeper realms of spirituality. Yet, if you're too rigid, you might miss out on the mysterious, beautiful ways that the universe wants to guide you. Surrender is the key that unlocks that door. By releasing the need to control every detail, you invite a flow of divine energy that can bring healing, insight, and renewal. Consider if there's a part of your spiritual journey where you might benefit from a little more openness, a bit more trust in the unseen forces that work in your favor. In the broader context of April's second half, these cards suggest that while you have the tools and the foundation to create a secure, nurturing environment for yourself, there's also a call to let go. The energy of transformation from the general reading is urging you to embrace change, even if it feels a bit uncomfortable. The stability of the Four of Wands is your anchor, but the message of surrender is your invitation to rise above fear, to allow life to surprise you, and to welcome the unexpected gifts that come when you stop trying to control everything. So, dear Virgo, as you move forward on your journey of personal and spiritual growth, consider this. Are you ready to celebrate the space you've built for yourself while also opening up to new divine possibilities? How can you strike a balance between holding on to what nurtures you and letting go enough to allow life's magic to seep in? Reflect on these questions and trust that as you honor your foundation, you're also creating room for transformation that is both beautiful and unexpected. Enjoy every moment of this unfolding journey. As I sit with these energies, I feel a vibrant mix of passion, change, and growth coming your way for the second half of April. It seems like you're standing at the edge of a new chapter, where every part of your life, your emotions, your work, your relationships, and even your personal and spiritual self is being gently nudged to open up and transform. There's a warm invitation to let your heart lead, while at the same time you're encouraged to build a solid foundation and then let go of what no longer serves you. Imagine feeling a deep surge of creative energy that stirs your inner world, inviting you to embrace emotions and ideas that have long been waiting to be expressed. It's like a sudden burst of inspiration that makes you want to pick up a paintbrush, write a poem, or simply share your true feelings with someone special. At the same time, there's a call to set clear boundaries and create structure in your life, a reminder that stability and order can help ground that creative energy. Perhaps you've been juggling work projects or academic challenges, and now you're feeling that push to step up, take charge, and let your natural leadership shine. Have you noticed those moments when your heart and your mind are both speaking up, each in its own way? What could it mean for you if you allowed them to work together instead of against each other? In love and relationships, you might find that you're sometimes holding on too tight to what's familiar, like keeping a favorite old sweater close even when you're ready for a change. This period is inviting you to let go of unnecessary defenses so you can fully open up to genuine connection. Think about that time when you allowed yourself to be vulnerable and how much more real your relationships felt. Could it be that by releasing a bit of control, you might invite more love and warmth into your life? Sometimes, the path to deeper connection is not about building higher walls, but about opening the door wider to let the light and joy in. When it comes to your career or studies, the energy is buzzing with excitement and opportunity. You may feel a strong urge to dive into new projects or take on challenges that push you out of your comfort zone. Yet there's a reminder here too, a gentle caution against chasing after trends just to fit in. Imagine if you're considering a big change at work or enrolling in a course that everyone is talking about. Ask yourself, is this really what ignites your passion, or are you following a path that isn't true to your unique strengths and values? This is a time to reflect on what truly matters to you and to trust that your inner wisdom knows the right direction. On the personal and spiritual side, you're being encouraged to build a space of celebration and inner peace. It's like creating your own little sanctuary where you feel safe and connected to something bigger than yourself. At the same time, there's an important lesson in letting go, releasing the need to control every detail so that life can surprise you with its magic. Have you ever experienced that unexpected moment of clarity when you simply stopped trying to steer every outcome? This gentle surrender can be a powerful tool for both healing and growth, allowing you to embrace the unknown with an open heart. All these threads come together with a unifying affirmation: I am creative and innovative. This powerful statement isn't just about art or clever ideas. It's a reminder that every part of you is filled with unique potential. Whether you're thinking about a personal project, a new direction in your career, or even the way you connect with others, this affirmation is a call to recognize your own brilliance. It tells you that you have everything you need to build a life that's both secure and exciting, balanced and free. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of purpose, knowing that you are capable of creating beauty in every area of your life. Picture yourself not only planning and setting goals, but also being open to the unexpected gifts that come when you let go of strict control. Think of a day when you blend your creative ideas with practical action, when a spontaneous chat with a friend turns into a breakthrough at work, or when a simple moment of stillness leads you to a deep, personal insight. These possibilities are all around you, waiting for you to embrace them fully. As I feel the energy of these combined messages, I sense a period of gentle yet profound transformation coming your way. There may be challenges that shake up the familiar, but they are there to clear the ground for new beginnings. Your creativity is a guiding light that will help you navigate changes and forge a path that feels authentic and true. You're invited to celebrate every small victory, trust your inner voice, and remember that sometimes letting go is the best way to gain more of what you truly desire. So step forward into this second half of April with an open heart and a courageous spirit. Embrace the dance between holding on and letting go, between planning and surrendering to the flow of life. Know that you have a well of strength and creativity within you, and that every experience, even the unexpected ones, can lead to growth, joy, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. This is your time to shine, to trust in your own innovative spirit, and to welcome every new possibility with warmth and wonder. Enjoyed this reading? Please like the video and subscribe to the channel to never miss another reading.